Hopefully we got a better internet signal this time.
We're good.
I think we're okay. So hopefully you guys will jump back on here in just a second. We'll see if Miss Jenny and Troy and Bobby and all those guys and whomever else can join us again. But anyway, so Josh has been with Keller Williams how long now?
Since 2005.
Man, you're old, dude.
Yeah. So I'm up there a little bit.
Yeah, but you're younger than me.
Technically. Yeah. By years, yes.
That's pretty awesome. Oh, there's Brett. Hey, Brett.
Sorry, Brett. Thank you, Brett.
But anyway, so you've been with Keller for a long time. Tell me, give me like the Reader's Digest version of your, let's say high school to now.
High school all the way up. So, of course, born and raised Murfreesboro. Went to Oakland High School.
Oakland. Or
yeah.
Jokeland is something like to call it.
I don't. Yeah, I never heard that. No, not so much. Lettered in rugby, football, baseball, basketball.
Rugby and football.
Rugby and football.
So you're kind of a beast.
Well, back in the day.
Or were you just a kicker?
I'm still an athlete at heart. No, not a kicker. I was a receiver. I was a runner. I was fast.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
I was not. I've never ever called myself fast, ever. Other than the way I drive.
Yeah, well, yeah. Follow suit there as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, played there and then of course walked directly into a family business. Actually was
tell us about that.
So, funny story. Actually, graduating high school, I was actually approved or accepted into ETSU's medical program to do their medical undergrad and then pre-med and then go into medicine, but then decided to stay here, go into the family business. And so graduated high school in May, studied for the real estate exam that summer, and then got licensed in September. Right
so the family business, pretend everybody's ignorant here.
So family business was real estate sales. Was with another company, and then my family was a part of opening up the Keller Williams Realty here in Murfreesboro.
Okay. And so your mom's Courtney
Yates
Charlie.
and Charlie Yates.
And you did you just kind of come in under them and you're just an agent, or what was your role in the team?
Came in as a full-fledged agent, but mainly operated as a buyer agent.
Gotcha.
So I was working with all of our buyer clients, improving our service. So it allowed myself to work with buyers. Courtney was mainly working with sellers.
Gotcha.
So we were able to specialize and bring up a high level of service.
So she's been in the industry for a long, long time.
35 years.
Right. And you came in, hey, Taylor, you know Taylor Day?
Yeah, I know Taylor Day.
Yeah, we love
What's
Taylor.
going on?
I had an opportunity to sit and chat with him the other day for a little while. We shared a couple of different kind of brew, but anyway. So
did we tell them what we're drinking now, or do we have to tell them again?
Oh, well, we
probably need to.
We probably ought to tell you. We are at Just Love over on Old Fort, not Franklin Road.
No.
Even though it is Franklin Road, and I'm having Hello Sunshine, and
I went with him.
Well. It's delicious. So come and get some coffee over here.
Fantastic coffee.
And if you have any questions, by the way, about real estate or anything like that, make sure you type them in there. We are watching the comments as they come in, so we will be able to answer whatever. Well, we'll try to answer whatever questions.
Give it a good shot.
I said that, and then I could see Taylor throwing some crazy stuff out there, knowing that guy. But anyway, so you came in. She's been in the industry a long time.
Yeah.
You were starting to hint at, you looked at some ways to process improve, some things like that. Yeah. So the impact that you had on the family business, tell us about that.
Yeah. So we were able to grow. We figured out where our level of achievement was, and so we constantly kept pushing through that. So about 3 years ago, I stepped in and took over the family business. Ran that for right at about 3 years. And so now I've stepped into the role of basically taking the same model systems, everything that Keller Williams has put in place and handed us as tools, and now putting into play for all of our agents.
Gotcha.
Office.
So Keller's organization of a local office is a little bit different than other firms.
Yeah.
So what is a team leader?
So a team leader, my main role is to work with all agents in growing their business and to grow the market center at the same time.
Gotcha.
That's really the two main goals.
So you're a cheerleader?
So I'm a cheerleader. I'm a models and systems implementer, coach, consultant.
You made that word up.
Yeah, I did. You like that?
I did.
Copyright. So plugging in, working with all of our agents to plug that in, because I've got a shot. You know that Keller Williams is not a real estate company at heart.
I did not know that.
Yeah, actually at heart, or actually Keller Williams started out as a training consulting company at heart, just happened to be in the real estate industry. So ever since the beginning, the whole goal of Keller Williams has been to work with not just having a bunch of agents running around, but to work with their agents and developing their own businesses as they go along.
And I see that. You know, I came from another company, and just since February, I've already seen that between you and Brian was team leader before, and just the whole culture, the whole idea is run your business like a business. There's a lot of agents that don't run their business,
right,
that they treat it more like a job rather than a business, and that's fine. You can make a living that way,
for sure.
But that's not what I intend to do.
Right.
So, not taking anything away from it. It's just, there's just different models, different ways to go about it.
Absolutely.
And Keller's is more about building a business, encouraging the entrepreneurship of business management as
right,
opposed to, 1099 employee.
Right, right. And so let's view a team leader in the sense of you walk into a store and you're looking for certain products, you're looking how to build your business. I'm the guy walking you over, helping you pull the stuff off the shelf, pulling the system, the tools needed to be able to make that
best
happen.
fit.
The best fit.
For where you are right now.
Hey, this is what I want to make happen. This is what I want to make. And how do we do it? All right, we're going to use this, and this. Let's start here.
It's awesome. It's awesome. And I'll attest, even you've been in the role for just a short time, but already we've gotten some good conversations down. We've got some different systems. You've helped me kind of see some things. Of course, I went to Mega Camp, and I was a hater.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. Like, I was like, okay, whatever. And went, and it was invigorating.
Right.
It truly was. So anyway, good stuff.
That's really cool.
Cool. So yesterday I kind of pitched this out that we were going to do this, and had somebody ask on my Instagram feed some tips for new or aspiring agents. So that's a really broad question.
Yeah.
What would you tell a new or aspiring agent?
New or aspiring agent, if you've always dreamed about it, if you've ever thought about it, if people have told you you'd be great in real estate, it's probably time to start making steps towards doing it.
What does that mean?
So first steps obviously towards doing it is definitely try to interview as many people as you can that are in the industry. Figure out how they run their business, what's important to them, why they enjoy it. Obviously you can pretty find easily how to go about getting your real estate license and finishing the 90 hours courses, taking the state test, fingerprints, all that good stuff. But really I believe the average realtor with the National Association of Realtor in the country, I believe the average is right at 8 homes a year. I believe the average agent does it. Obviously, what you want to be planning on, especially in thinking about this, is making it something big. Are you making this your career? Where do you want this to play a part in your life? Is this it that you're going after 100%? Is it kind of something supplementing another? You want to flip homes, start investments, or whatnot?
Yeah.
But yeah, if you're thinking this is a career, this is what I want to do, I enjoy helping people. I enjoy being able to have a flexible schedule. However, in essence, every client that you have is your boss. So you'll end up with
I tell people all the
few
time,
different bosses.
you think you're going to have a flexible schedule, but what it really means is you have to be flexible with your schedule.
That's exactly what it means.
Yeah, that's what it means. And I've had people ask, is this a great time to get into real estate? And my response is always the same. I don't know.
Yep.
You tell me.
Right.
The best time for you to get into real estate is when you're ready to get into real estate.
Yeah.
And I think having a realistic expectation of what you're getting into, I think having a realistic idea of what the real pitfalls are, right? So what would you say is the hardest part? If you're going to be an agent that produces 20 transactions a year,
right,
you make a good living at 20 transactions a year, you're going to be an agent that does that. What are the biggest hurdles? What are the hardest things that you're going to deal with? Contracts, right?
Contract, yeah.
No. Not contracts.
I was going to roll with it.
No, don't roll with it. I was being sarcastic. What's the hardest thing you're going to run into? 20 transactions a year.
20 transactions a year, you're going to, depending on what you're coming out of, but by the time you start hitting 20, you're running it like a business. This is no longer a
Hobby.
Mm-hmm. There's hobby agents and it's great.
Sure.
But once you start hitting that 20, you're outside of the hobby level.
You're not going to be able to keep another job.
No.
Comfortably.
Yeah.
Right? What
Absolutely.
else?
Gosh.
I would say at that point, probably that 15 to 20 is the tipping point of, at 10 a year, I could probably say these are just friends and people that I talk to on a regular basis. When you jump to that 20 mark, that's when you really got to start working with people you don't know.
Right.
So that means you got to find people you don't know that are willing to trust you to help with prospecting.
So absolutely prospecting. So we'll see new agents that come in, maybe the first year or two, they do really good working with family, friends, and their sphere of influence people that already know them. It's that second year that starts to get you. It's exactly what you're talking about. They haven't made that jump into, all right, now this is a business. Where is it coming from now?
Right. Where's the next client coming from?
Yeah, absolutely. Let me say, where's your notepad? You still have that notepad out here?
This one?
Yeah. Can I write on it? On one of your blank pages. Look, now I'm scaring you.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know what you're doing here. This is unscripted.
So this is totally.
Where'd that pin come from?
Don't worry about that. It's magic. So, all right. So here's what we got. Everyone has, and so Jonathan, everybody has their own natural level of achievement, right? It doesn't matter. It could be sports, it could be real estate, it could be business, whatever it is, and it's everybody's individual where this level of achievement ends up. What we know is that at some point you're going to hit your natural level of achievement. You're going to top out it. Here's what happens after that, is that this is the point where disappointment happens. You hit this point, disappointment happens. Then, so you kind of slide back down, and then this is where resignation happens. This is where you kind of start saying, man, I don't know if this is really it. This isn't really what I need to be doing right now. And then you slide into the greener pastures. This is maybe I should go somewhere else. Maybe I should jump. There's a greener pasture somewhere else.
Right. Move to another firm.
Maybe move to another firm.
Whatever.
Maybe jump to another career. Whatever. The problem is that you're going to start it over and you're going to do the same pattern again.
So you're going to just keep
and
bumping.
so you see individuals in their life doing this same pattern in everything in their life. Let's just say, it could be in any areas. But this is the critical moment where, especially Keller Williams, is that we focus on it, saying, all right, you've hit that natural level. How do we break you through that?
And the answer is systems that are proven. The answer is taking the abilities that you have. You have a finite amount of resources. How do we, the big word in Keller Williams is leverage it off.
Leverage it off. So leverage it off. And really what this becomes is you're now becoming a leader. This is now your business and you're becoming a leader, because now what you have to create, and you can take it two different ways. Either you leverage me, or you can view it as I need to create opportunities for other people to come in and use their gifts and talents.
Right.
And that we can work together.
So for me, year 3 in the business, I hit this point.
Right.
Okay. I got 30.
Where were you? Sorry.
31 transactions at this point, and I said I want to double my production.
Yeah.
Right. The only way I could do that, I chose the leverage.
Right.
Didn't know that that's what I was choosing, but that's what I chose. Hired Taylor in. Shout out to Taylor Ellisal. She's amazing. And the next year I doubled my production.
Yeah.
And I've been at this point. I hit the next ceiling.
So now you got another one.
Yep. I hit that next ceiling, and I was there for 5 years.
Yeah.
And that's my next move was to come to Keller.
Yeah.
And I hired Brett. Brett's been amazing. Shout out to Brett Garner.
Shout out.
And he's been amazing. And so now the next step is we're going to hit a certain point. We're not there yet. I don't think we've hit that ceiling yet. I think we will next year. Figuring out how to work the dynamic, all that kind of stuff.
Right.
And then what's the next step, right?
Exactly. So that's what we love. That's what we do.
Break ceilings.
So my role as a team leader is pointing and connecting to the right place to get your business beyond that. Because you know what's fun is that somewhere over here in this land, there's other people that are waiting on you to get your business going to this level, because they need the opportunity to now be able to plug their gifts and talents.
And so my level is here,
Yeah.
they're starting down here,
Yeah.
and we can start breaking their ceilings along the
Absolutely.
way.
Yeah. And so the question is, who's waiting on you to break your ceiling with your business? So if you're thinking of getting into real estate, and you know what, you may hit this and hey, it's totally fine. We'll hang out here. Your level is your level. That's what's fun about
Right?
it.
It doesn't have to be frustration. This could be comfort.
That could be absolutely comfort.
Love
And that happens, and it doesn't matter. Obviously, wherever that comfort level is, that's where you want to go to. That's the fun part about what we have over at Keller.
I love it. I love it. That's good stuff, man. So, you've got different folks watching, different people will watch this. You know, some of it obviously got some folks watching live. What would you tell somebody beyond that? You know, okay, I've made the commitment, I've paid the money, I've got my license. Now I've got to start interviewing brokers.
Right.
Okay. What are some questions that they should ask themselves,
Right.
and that they should then ask those brokers?
Yeah. So obviously, after, let's say you're passing your exam, and I believe it's common knowledge that the real estate exam doesn't teach you anything about selling real estate.
Not at all.
It's
a hoop to jump through.
It's a hoop to jump through. You get over it. I've talked to a lot of agents that have fell down because maybe they didn't pass their test the first time, or and they're thinking, man, I'm just not really grasping the material, and it's like, this does not have any bearing on
Like maybe 15% of
maybe
it is useful.
15%. Yeah, exactly. Your real training of how you're going to make money, design your business, really starts with the firm that you're with.
For sure.
So the question starts becoming, obviously, what does your training look like? Can you plug into it, and what's the success rate of your training? Everybody's going to say that they have training, but what's the success rate of it?
Yeah.
What are you looking at? What production of your agents in the office, what are they producing? How many have been able to increase their business? So you look at factors like that. The next thing you start jumping into is, okay, well, let's say I hit this next level of achievement. What goes beyond that? Because my encouragement is start with somebody that you can grow your whole career with.
So you don't believe in hopping around?
I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, you do what you have to do for your business, but just for the sake of hopping around.
Because, let's face it. The reality is, if you're at firm A and you're producing here, right? And you feel like, and their training is acceptable, it's adequate, right? It really doesn't come. Training is important, but it doesn't all come down to training, right? And so if you hop to firm B and your production is the same, right? Either you're really bad at choosing firms, or that's just kind of where you are.
Yeah.
Unless you got somebody that inspires,
Absolutely.
Coach, and you change something else about yourself.
Right. So obviously, I'm going to say whatever firm you're at, if you have yet to grasp everything that they have to give you, stay put. You could be in a greener pasture section of kind of saying, well, just another jump's going to help me, but you're going to continue jumping. So that's initially why I say don't jump firms, because you probably still have stuff you need to work on.
Right.
With your
Be
business,
honest
where
with
you're
yourself.
at. Be honest with yourself.
Yeah. Have I really given and taken what I can?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And then once you can honestly say, I've reached the maximum of what, of really myself and my firm growing together, now it's time to go. Right now, if you're not thinking 5 or 10 years in the future, you're already behind. That's how the tech world's playing right now.
Sure. But if you're behind, there's good news.
Yeah, there's no better day to start than today.
That's right. Oh, good gracious. If I had a little ding, I would have totally played that little soundbite right there. Good gracious. What was the Orbit's gum? Is that what it is? Oh, this guy.
What was it? Was it Chinese? I don't know if it's Chinese proverb. If but what was it? The best day to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The next best day is today.
Today. Very true.
So where are you going?
Ben Franklin probably said that.
We'll go with Ben Franklin.
Yeah,
we'll give him credit.
He gets all, or Mark Twain.
Mark Twain. I like Mark Twain.
Yeah. That's awesome. So we got several people watching. We got 5 watching right now. Do you guys have any questions? We've got a really brilliant guy sitting here with $1 million smile. So if you've got any questions at all about real estate, investing, I see Nick Howell's on there. Do you know Nick, by the way?
I know Nick.
Nick's a good
Been a while,
dude.
but absolutely.
Yeah, and so if you got any questions, any comments, that you want to know, feel free to type them. We're watching the comments right now. I've had tons of people ask me about getting into the business.
Yeah.
What there's always a fear, right? There's a hesitation. What are your story's a little bit different, but what are some things that you were concerned about, perhaps, or that you had other agents that are concerned about, that you get into the business and you find out they're really just not that big of a deal?
It's a great question as well.
Put some fears at ease.
Put some fears at ease.
Yeah. Or the counter to that, what are some things that you had no idea you should have been afraid of, and you got into the business and you're like, whoa.
Let's see. I would say you can't, let's see, I don't know, would this be a fear or a concern? But you can't be a secret agent. You ever seen a secret agent?
Yes, I've known lots of them.
Yeah. Secret agents get their license and they sit in their office and don't ever tell anybody what they're doing.
Why do people do that, you think?
I think there's probably a misunderstanding of how maybe the industry works. Real estate's a fun game because you're two different things. You're really, you're a consultant, but then on the front end, you've got to be a salesperson. If you can't.
But what do we sell? So
our services. We don't sell homes.
No.
I've never sold a home.
Me neither.
Never sold a home. I've helped lead clients to decide on which home they want to raise their family in.
I spend more time trying to talk people out of homes than I do into them.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely. So you're selling your services. That's it. Selling that I can help you get through this process smoothly. If there are any fires, I can help put out the fires really quickly using your network, your background, knowledge, all of that good stuff.
Sure.
So I would say, and that's the agents will get in and just kind of think that everybody's just going to come flocking to them, and they're not.
They hang a license and they go, "I've arrived."
Yeah, I'm here. Where's the
me.
business at?
That's right.
I don't have any business. I'll go to another firm.
Because that'll help.
Yeah. And it's not. But let's see, what was another good fear? I'm trying to think of a good fear that I might have had.
Well, I mean, you had one of the best in the business to come in under. So.
Yeah, so I came in a little weird way. Really weird but unique way.
But you stood on your own feet. So,
yeah.
And that's, I never want to say, well, you were successful because of that. You have definitely stood on your own feet. You definitely built your own business. Definitely built your own name.
You come in and you work with what you have.
Sure.
Some start off on a different step, but the question is, how high can you go? What can you do beyond that?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I would say that if you're from, you know what? Sometimes we have the most successful agents that aren't even from here.
Because they have to work, right?
Because they have to work. They come in not thinking that it's going to be easy for them, or they can tap into, well, I've been here my whole life. People work with me because I've been here my whole life. If you hadn't been here your whole life, doesn't matter.
Yeah. Yeah.
Some of our most successful have gotten up and running without having to be here.
So what are some tips for someone, let's say Nashville and the surrounding area is full of people that aren't from here, right? Like you said, born and raised in Murfreesboro.
That's it. It's all changed. It used to be everybody was from Murfreesboro.
Yeah.
What was it? Our city planner was telling us, or I talked with him a few months ago, and he was saying that he was in a meeting with the mayor in a big town hall meeting, and they had about 100 people in there. And he said, "Josh, do you know how many people were from Murfreesboro?" We polled the crowd and said, "Do you know how many people were from Murfreesboro in there?" And I said, "I don't know, maybe 30 or 40. He said, 2 of us, myself and the mayor. It was like, that was it.
Wow.
So, and that's the other thing, is that there's so many people moving here from outside of the state that.
Which is good.
Absolutely.
For growth, new ideas, just like you joining your mom's team.
Yeah.
You brought in some fresh outlooks, some different perspectives. So it's a good thing. But it's certainly different, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So new agent coming in, what do they need to do? They just moved to the area. Maybe they had their real estate license somewhere else. Maybe they didn't.
Yeah.
What do they need to do to boost that business, that initial?
Talk to people.
Really? Whoa.
It's amazing.
Time out.
And I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know if we told everybody this business is rocket science. But no, seriously, talking to people.
But I don't like talking to people.
We may have to find something else.
But I'm not outgoing. I don't have a big personality.
join somebody that does. Get your business going with them.
Yeah.
Maybe you're great at another aspect of it, and you just need to join in with a group or a team that is great on that front. Maybe you're great on the consulting front.
Organization.
Organization. Maybe you're marketing or whatnot. There's going to be a place for you, no matter what.
Well, what I tell people is it takes all personalities. I mean, I'm a pretty big personality. I'm a pretty loud guy, kind of obnoxious sometimes, and no comments on the obnoxious.
No.
But some people would be put off by my personality.
Yeah.
So somebody that's a little more reserved, I can go into a room and I'll shake hands and meet everybody in the room.
Yeah.
Some people will go into that room, they'll meet 3 people, but they'll connect with those 3 people much more deeply than what I will.
Right.
That's not a bad thing.
No.
But what that means is if I'm going to meet 100 people and you're going to meet 3 in the same room, you need to be in more rooms.
Right. You're exactly right. More rooms, talking to more people, and different people you talk to people one way, you're going to pick up a percentage of them. Somebody else that might be with you may talk to another group
a different
the way that they want to
pick
hear.
up a higher percentage,
Absolutely.
but the numbers are still lower.
Yeah.
So, and it just, what's going to work for you?
Absolutely. Right? That's what's fun about this game is that you can create, literally you as a business owner can create opportunities for people that have different skills and talents than what you have.
Yeah.
In the sense of you're great in one area, you need to be teamed up with people some that have your same gifts and talents, but some others that are probably the complete complementary.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
I agree. And that's the leverage thing, right? Figure out what you're best at. So, there's a common misconception that if I'm not good in a certain area, that I need to focus my abilities on getting better in that area. And Keller Williams' model is the exact opposite of that.
Stay in your strength.
If you're good in this area,
stay there.
Work that area and find someone else that'll help you in another area.
So we all have a battery. All of us, we have different things that burn up our battery. So it might be, some people, it might be talking to people burns up your battery to a certain point. It could be doing organizational stuff. It could be doing paperwork burns up your battery.
That's me.
Well, yeah. We'll train and coach and consult. Look, find those things that burn up your battery because you're best suited to the public, to your clients, to your consumers, doing what you love doing that actually fires you up. What is it that you do when you go home, you're still fired up?
Yeah.
What is it that you do when you go home and you're like, man, I'm drained?
Yeah.
And so how do you find somebody else that it builds up their battery to do that stuff that drains your battery? And once you find those, plugging in those puzzle pieces, that's when you get a rocking system.
Life is good.
That's what you're playing right there.
I love it.
That is it.
I love it. Well, we're almost at the 30-minute mark right now, and so we like to try to keep it relatively short. Give us something that's coming up at KW or something an initiative that you've got coming personally. Plug your business, whatever you want to
plug your business, whatever it is. So if you're thinking about real estate, there's no better time to get in than right now. You get in and run it like your business or run it like your career 100%. And most businesses will grow even if the market takes a shift. Most businesses
make sure you enunciate that F. It takes a shift.
A shift makes when the market takes a shift.
Sorry, I couldn't resist.
Be in a place that you multiply your business, you don't draw back. Coming up, we've got some cool stuff at Keller. We've got insurance for all of our agents.
Really?
We've got health insurance, disability insurance.
This is news to me.
You're going to hear it released at 12 o'clock here in 2 hours. We're going to be announcing it. So we've got that come down. We've got some incredible technology that finally Keller Williams is bringing to really to benefit the consumer. So we're going to be talking about a lot of that stuff. So there's a lot of stuff coming down the pike that's going to be amazing for our agents and enabling them to serve clients better. So
outstanding.
We're excited.
Well, very good. Hey, real quick, Patrick, you got a second? We're going to throw one more guy on camera real quick. Come over here. So we got a treat. We got double entrepreneurship going on here. So this is Patrick. He is one of the owners of the Just Love here. We were talking off camera on the other video. So what's new at Just Love? What's some cool stuff you guys got coming?
Man, the brand is growing like crazy. We are expanding not just in our ownership group, but in total. So by this time next year, roughly, Just Love will be about 12 locations outside of the Middle Tennessee area. So
That's awesome.
Going to states like Texas and Michigan and South
Homegrown,
Carolina.
baby.
So,
Murfreesboro moving on up.
Murfreesboro branching out. And
Love
so you should see in the not terribly distant future, the next year or so, some more locations coming to Murfreesboro as well. So keep your eye out for that. And hopefully we're coming to a place that's convenient for you to come. So love to see you guys here.
I love it. Hey,
Awesome.
in case you didn't know, Hernandez Mexican Deli serves Just Love coffee.
Yep.
Hernandez
Really
is
cool.
one of my favorite places in the entire world. Steve Hernandez is amazing, and y'all's coffee is amazing, and location. It just feels good to sit in y'all's places.
Yeah.
You know that?
Absolutely. Thank you so much for saying that. I
So-
appreciate it. So
Yeah, it's good stuff. So anyway, so Patrick Johnson and Josh Yates, some pretty cool guys. This is Jonathan Harmon with J Harmon Home Team Coffee Talk every Tuesday morning, and Keller Williams got some good stuff going on,
Absolutely.
and Just Love Coffee got some good stuff going on. Love it, love it. All right, y'all have any other questions? Put them in the comments if you're watching this after we sign off, and I'll do my best to get you guys some answers. So have a great rest of the day. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for hanging.
thanks.